know it will sound weird again coming from me, but it just seems like yesterday we were talking. Well, I was recording the latest episode yesterday, but again, in my previous podcasts, I never talk about yesterday or tomorrow. I'm always talking about the present moment or today, right? But right now, I had the reference about yesterday versus today. And in the context of, it feels like I do this every day, but it feels like not an eon, but a long time since I put something out there like this, like today. I don't know why. It's a weird thing that sometimes those kind of thoughts come to me about, man, I got to do that again, but it's still one yesterday, but it seems like a long time ago. And as I mentioned to you before, even though I do want to give you something in every episode that's salient, that's current, that's fresh off the presses. But as my dear brother Paco would say, this today is off the cuff. No notes, nothing except one word called reference. And the reference about resilience, of course. So again, as I mentioned at the outset today, I was reflecting on today's episode, but my reference was, man, it seems like yesterday was so long ago. It was, just 24 hours ago. But I'm not sure why that became a reference for me today, this present moment, to give you what I have to share with you. Some more words, some more humble wisdom, and what I consider so essential to all of us that connects us more than what separates us. This thing called resilience. So when I mentioned the thing about yesterday, and as I mentioned to you before, I never put in as a priority, and really I somewhat tend to disparage any reference to yesterday or tomorrow. Only because my focus, to razor focus us on this present moment, as good or as bad or as indifferent as it may seem right now, whether it's cloudy and overcast and stormy and you wish it was sunny and clear, or you're out of a job and you wish you had a job, whether you wish you had $1 million cash in the bank and you don't, still, that is probably actual facts in your life today. But I'm trying to strip away those things that we tend to put in front of us and our commonness, our essence, that we are still here with what we have. Not here with what we don't have, here with what we do have. I know it might sound pretty elementary and small, but that very breath that you just took in, that heartbeat that you probably have not taken the time to feel in a while, is given to you on a regular and consistent basis. That love, which is tied to that heartbeat and that blood coursing through your body right now, that's the grace that we're given each, not just every day, each and every moment. But we tend to ignore that kind of stuff because it's not as sexy or as important as a brand new Rolls Royce in the driveway, or that $1 million in the bank, or that job that's replaced the one I just lost, or that relationship that I wish I had. Those kind of things are definitely positives, but additions to you. What is essential to you is, for better or for worse, this present moment. Those things I mentioned to you, that heart, that blood, that positivity, that push you forward into each moment that you're still here, that we are still here. I think that is the essence of what I'm getting to as far as the term reference. So, for example, and to kind of bring this together, again, off the cuff, if I was going to ask you about those questions about what drives you, about your desire, and about your discipline to support that drive, I can't ask that of you in yesterday. I can't ask you in yesterday what's your desire, what's your discipline, what drives you. I can't have that discussion with you in the yesterday realm. Nor can I project this ask of you, what drives you, or your desire, or your discipline, in this thing called tomorrow. That will never happen. I can only ask that of you in this present moment. That is the reference for resilience. Always in this present moment, in this day, however long or however short as it may be. Yes, potentially it might get renewed for another today, aka maybe tomorrow, should it come. But when it does come, it can only ever be now. It can only ever be today. So as far as a reference, that's why I encourage you with not answers, with approaches, with observations. That's all I have to offer to you for your consideration about how you can generate those organic, meaning those sincere, genuine, original questions of yourself and to yourself. Now, that might seem like a very inane and maybe even redundant or undirected or non-directed approach to develop even organic questions like that, except for that one caveat. I don't ask you to develop and discover and voice those questions to yourself, but for the purpose that those kind of questions, not the ones you got off of YouTube or Instagram, your own original questions, your own organic questions, those kind of questions contain the very answers that you need to feed your desire, to feed your discipline, to feed what drives you. That's the beginning of this process, this quote unquote model that I offer to you about resilience. But that's the latest and greatest or minor observation about resilience and the reference for resilience. It always must be in this present moment, in this day, in this now, and never from yesterday or for tomorrow. Thank you once again. Stay present. Stay current. Please remember, no matter where you are in this world, it's always 820.